Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing lost passports. And this actually happens a little bit more often than people think. And I think for most expats, this is an absolute nightmare. The notion of handing off your passport to a quote-unquote visa agent to get a visa sorted out and then having them lose it. And not to get too deep into this, I don't want this video to seem like sort of an anti-visa agent video, but there is a difference between immigration lawyers and so-called visa agents. And this is one of those big differences. I can say we've never lost a passport in our firm. I'm not saying it's not impossible to happen. Accidents do happen. Good faith accidents can happen, but we are pretty darn assiduous when it comes to dealing with passports, and where we do deal with them, we're dealing with secured couriers, and we're dealing with tracking, and we're dealing with, due diligence basically, and maintaining the integrity of sort of the logistics of keeping those passports not just intact, but from being lost and all kinds of other problems. But I have been involved over the years with not a few situations where a so-called visa agent has taken a passport and either lost it or just totally disappeared due to, they may not have been able to complete the task and they didn't really want to face up to it. Long story short, the passport is gone, and what are you stuck dealing with? First thing you need to ascertain in these circumstances is, are you in overstay? The passport is gone. You need to presume that your visa never got issued. Are you in overstay if your visa didn't get issued? If you are, that's a whole different kettle of fish. If you're not, it may just be a matter of getting one's passport replaced, which can be difficult depending on the nationality you are, and especially in the current sort of situation we're in, with COVID and the government response to COVID in the background, where everything is just massively, quite frankly, it's inefficient, and dealing with different governments, especially embassies and things, can be far more time consuming than under sort of normal circumstances. That said, even under normal circumstances, and I've dealt with this, when things are rather optimal compared to now, this is not a fun thing to deal with. We have assisted a number of clients in getting this sorted out, but it requires liaising not only with the country of nationality. It may also require dealing with certain authentication of documentation. May also require liaising with the Thai police, depending on the circumstances of the case. And then most certainly it's going to require dealing with immigration, either at an immigration office or possibly at immigration at the airport. So again, it's all going to be sort of circumstantially dependent. I know I'm kind of a broken record with that. I'm not going to give much more insight into the specifics of how the mechanics of getting this fixed will work, because the facts will drive that. But that said, it is certainly a nightmare. It can be rectified. If you're dealing with this, take a deep breath. All problems have solutions, and may not be a terrible idea to contact a legal professional to gain some insight on how best to proceed. But long story short, yes, it can be dealt with. It is not something you really want to deal with day to day. Something else to think about: whoever is dealing with your immigration matters, probably a good idea to get a good look at those folks. Really have a look around, maybe check sort of references of other people use them. Have they been around a while? Are they just somebody that could just some sort of fly-by-night operation? They're just kind of gone. Those are all things to keep in mind. That said, even the most assiduous good faith accidents can occur, but yes, there are solutions. It's just factually dependent on, the situation that will drive exactly how the overall situation is rectified.